Hello everybody, LadyGearDU here, and welcome back to Let's Play EarthBound. In the previous video, we defeated Frank and Frankenstein, however you pronounce his name, and we now know the location of our first sanctuary that Buzz was talking about. In today's video, we'll be going to the first sanctuary, giant step, but there's something I'd like to point out real quick that I actually did not know about until I was researching this area. If you talk to Frank, he will completely restore your HP and power points. You have no need to go into a hotel now. So, yeah, this is a really cool detail that I did not know about. So, yay, it's so exciting. There are a couple things in this place that I'm going to be doing real quick. Now first, I know I showed off a lot of the details of this place in the previous video, but there's a couple other things in this place that I'd like to demonstrate real quick. We can go to a hospital when we get more new party members later in the game. This is the place where you usually want to go to heal your party members if you don't have any items that can heal them. Hello, and you are? Say, have you ever suffered from some type of sickness or condition that you couldn't get cured at a hospital? For example, being diamondized, where your head gets as hard as diamond, or mushroomed, where you have a mushroom on your head? If you ever get stuck with these types of embarrassing conditions, we of the Magic Healing Shrine are here to ease your pain. We're ready and waiting in the lobby in hospitals all over the world. The person next to me is a great teacher of magic healing. This guy right here, he will heal you if you have a condition that the hospital can't cure. It's a nice little detail. It's very helpful for later in the game, but it's not going to be that helpful to us right now. When I came to visit my friend at the hospital, I somehow slipped and fell in the hallway. So now I'm staying in the hospital too. This could be the basis for a great tragic tearjerker. Well, maybe not. Anyway, if we go in here, we can talk to this guy. Welcome to Haunted Hospital. I run the place. I gotcha. Sorry, I'm just a patient here. Okay. And one of my favorite details in this game is if we talk to the board, look at the board. Tombstone blowout sale. We have a special discount for those who have passed on this hospital. What would you like to rate on your tombstone on the hospital surgery team? That is such a morbid detail. What? You're here to visit my daughter? So you're the one who calls her in the middle of the night and takes hours? Oh, it's not you. Then why did you come to this room? I was smashed by a mouse! Yeah, she's not kidding. There is an enemy we'll be facing a little bit later in the video who will smash you. It is not nice at all. I don't like that enemy. And I sound like Batman. Anyway, what we're going to be doing next to progress to the main story is that somewhere around over here. We apparently can't go through the buses, even though they're a pixel apart. We can go here into the town hall. There are lots of snakes and stray dogs around on it. Is the mayor going to let them just run around doing whatever they like? I'm here to protest. Aren't you stuck? If you want a hint, come and get it. Eagleland Hint Union. I believe there are actually people in this game who can give you hints for what to do if you're stuck in the game. There's some pretty great dialogue with them, which I'll make sure to demonstrate when we get the chance. Since you beat up the Sharks, you're at the town. Mayor Perkle is waiting for you. If you try going here before you defeat Frank, this police officer will escort you out of the building. Thank you so much for all your help. Oh my god, this guy's bald! In the next election, please give a speech supporting Mayor Perkle. Hey, I'm Mayor B.H. Burkle. It's nice to meet you. You beat up the town bullies, punched them big time, kicked their butts, bit their heads off, spit their eyes, and made them with their parents. Then you forced them to promise not to make any more trouble. Thank you. What? You want a key to the touring entertainment sack? If someone as good as you give you the key could help keep the town peaceful. However, if you encounter a dangerous situation, please don't ask me to take any responsibility. I'll be able to avoid any responsibility, right? No. I'm a very important man in these parts. Do you think I'm important? No. Look, I'm the big cheese around here, and a brat like you should realize when someone is trying to be nice. Okay, fine, you can avoid any responsibility. Just like any other political people in the world. Or whatever. Whatever I'm trying to say right there. Anyway, after he goes through his big speech again, after he's done talking, yes, you can avoid responsibility. You're such a smart kid. Here's the key to the sack. Ness got the key to the sack. Yay, an item that's going to be taking up our inventory. We'll be going up there in a moment, but there's one more detail that I'd like to demonstrate real quick, and I'll meet you guys back at Mr. Liar Exaggerate's house to solve this detail. Well, actually, wait. While we go over there, I think I'm going to leave this in the final video, but I wanted to give you guys a chance to get to listen to the On It theme song, because this is one of my favorite songs in video gaming. It's such a peaceful and a relaxing tune. It gets you pumped up for your big grand adventure. It's such a relaxing song, and I love it so much, so I'm going to be quiet so you guys can listen to it. I'm doing this because I trust you. First, let's go to the basement. I can tell by the look in your face you don't want to hang out, do you? That's alright. After all, we're not even related. I know you think I'm a big liar, but maybe I'll surprise you. Well, yeah, the name Liar is in her name. Let me just say, what is with Eagle Land and springs coming out of the mattresses in this place? Like, maybe he's like not like the most tidiest person ever. Maybe he's just like not the. Maybe he's just not like that. Random yawn. Maybe he's just not like that great. Doesn't have that great of a job or whatever, and he can't afford a new mattress. But honestly, there was even a mattress in the house that we were looking at in the previous video that had like a spring coming out of the mattress. I'll say it, but you're the only one. Come on. If this is a sign of what lies below, I just need a little time. My destiny is to finally dig up buried treasure. I'll eat garlic and work out to help strengthen myself. Go home now, you're getting in the way of my work. You may start to get greedy thoughts. Let me just say, this is a very, very important detail to remember. Because, I don't want to spoil anything right now, but this statue plays a very important role in the story. But, let me just say, him telling Ness to get out of here to avoid greedy thoughts, that is a very important detail. You want to remember that for later, because that statue is going to be important to the story. But anyway, yeah, I'll meet you guys back in On It, so I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, back in On It, where we need to go next is, if we look at the map, we can see that there is like a pathway that leads to a building over there. So, let's follow it. Follow our path to glory and awesomeness. And what do you have to say? Ness, I'm doing watch out duty for the hideout. Can you take over? No. You're busy. I understand. There's like a really awesome item over here that we can go get real quick. Yep, it's right there. We can go over here and go inside this building and talk to this guy. I'll give you my Mr. Baseball cap. You know you've wanted it for a long time. It's the best cap for someone really brave like you. And Ness gets the Mr. Baseball cap. Now, this is a defense item, so I'm going to be equipping it real quick. So let's go do that. Equip, baseball cap, Mr. Baseball cap. Okay, yay! Alright, I'm going to be looking through my notes real quick so I can properly describe how awesome this item is. Alright, Mr. Baseball cap. If I'm not mistaken, this item can only be found in On It, and if you were to sell it, you would get like on $199. It's pretty decent. It's a very, very useful defensive item right now. There are better ones later in the game, but for the place we're going to be going into now, this is very useful, so I highly, highly recommend you go get this item right now. I had a dream about you, and you were traveling with a cute girl. If the dream comes true, say hi to her for me. After all, I'm single. Hey, dude, stop talking to me. I'm trying to talk to the other guy. Can I not get around these people? Yo, people, move! You've grown since I last saw you. You're becoming to look like a man. You're so cool. I think I really like you. Well, you know what I mean. Okay, let's get out of here as quickly as we can. I'm just kidding. But anyway, we can continue on this way, and there's a character over here we can talk to. He has like a big teeth again, it's so adorable. I am not your enemy. I am simply your average run-of-the-mill mole. Would you like some hints around fighting enemies? Listen carefully. My hint involves which way you're facing when a battle with an enemy occurs. If you allow enemies to approach you from your back or side, you may get a surprise opening attack. When they approach you this way, your TV screen— No! I mean, the word in front of you will run for a second. On the other hand, if you approach the enemy from the back or the side, you may get a surprise opening attack. In that case, your TV— Oops again! The word in front of you says Green Swirl. The point is, try to fight so you always have the advantage. Yay! Fourth wall broken! The fourth wall doesn't exist in this game. It's Super Paper Mario all over again. I heard there's a big footprint onto the hilltop behind the sack. I haven't seen it myself. It's just a rumor. These guys look really creepy. This sack was locked by someone from the city hall, so we can't use it. The reason it was closed was because some punk named Frank may have trashed this place. What a drag. You can't even change our clothes, and hotels are too expensive. Do not enter. Traveling entertainer sack. Okay, let's go in the building. The door is locked, but luckily— I'm an idiot. I forgot to get healing items. We are gonna need healing items for this place. We need to get those items. Alright, I got my healing items back, so now we can go inside this door. We can go in there and use the key to the sack. After this, I believe this item is useless now, so we can store that if you want. I'll be doing that later in the video. Just not right now. And there's a hole in the back of the building, which doesn't really sound that safe. But anyway, we can now go inside our first sanctuary. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, this is our first dungeon in the game. Dungeons work very differently than they do in like the Legend of Zelda series or something like that. Basically, there are, how this works is that there are strong enemies we'll be facing in this place. So, be prepared when you come into this place, be prepared to fight tough enemies, because believe me, some of these can give you a really hard time. There is one enemy in this area that drives me crazy when we're going to be fighting it later. Those enemies, those are Black Antoids, and I didn't get a chance to explain what they do. Anyway, Black Antoid, 34 HP, 25 power points, 14 offense, 13 defense, 4 speed, 3 guts, 37 experience, $7 when you defeat it. They drop a cookie when you defeat it, which has a 32 out of 128% chance of appearing. The weakness is 100% fire, 100% freeze, 50% flash, 99% paralysis, 0% brainshock, and 99% hypnosis. Has 3 attacks, a bass, low level damage, calls for help, summons another Black Antoid. Lifeup Alpha recovers 75 to 125% HP. Let's open the present. There's a skip sandwich inside. Ness takes it. Alright. So now we can go out here. Oh, there's 2 of them! If you can avoid it, try to avoid fighting 2 of those enemies, because believe me, they're gonna be a huge pain. Anyway, now we're fighting attack slugs. These are very simple enemies. This is like kind of like its own group of enemy, the attack slugs, as well as a few others we'll be facing in the game. Some enemies, they're like really tough on their own, which is why they only appear as 1, but these enemies, how these work are that 1 attack, no matter like how, from where you are at the game, if you've been leveling up normally, then you should be able to take these out in 1 attack. However, there are multiple types of that there are multiples of that enemy that will be appearing there. So that's why those battles, why some of them can be difficult, because they will each attack you because there's a lot of them, but you can take them out in 1 attack. If you want a comparison for like a more modern game, the only one I can really like think of would be like the Simpsons game, where would be like the Simpsons game where when like the green aliens would appear. You can defeat them with 1 attack, but there are like dozens of them. They'll appear at once. Going to here, there's nothing we can do in here, but we can get free experience from fighting this attack slug, or it's a Black Antoid. But anyway, attack slug, 30 HP, 6 power points, 9 offense, 2 defense, 1 speed, 0 guts, 27 experience, $6 when you defeat him. Has a 1 in a 128% chance out of dropping a bomb when you defeat it. Bombs are very useful items to starting a game, but I believe only attack slugs can give it to them. And like I said, it's very unlikely you'll find one. Weaknesses: 100% fire, 100% freeze, 50% flash, 99% paralysis, 99% brainshock, 0% hypnosis. Attacks: if they get close enough, they have an attack where it says they're edging closer. But this may seem useless, but if they get close enough, they can use a PSI attack against you. Bass, low level damage. Hypnosis Alpha puts a party member to sleep. This is devastating early on, but it's highly unlikely that the attack will be able to use it because, like I said, it only takes like one of your attacks for this to actually work. This enemy. Make sure you're fully healed before you fight these guys. These are annoying enemies to fight. Anyway, Rowdy Mouse. Oh, his attack missed. Oh my god! We beat it in one attack! This is such a pretty sight. This is the best thing ever. Okay. You might be laughing at your screen right now because you're like, oh my god, he's such an idiot. He only took one attack to defeat him. How's that the most difficult enemy ever? That guy is usually not a pushover. He has insane guts. Now the guts... one thing I can explain about them right now is that I believe I talked about it before how if you have high guts, then if a devastating attack were to attack you, then you have then higher guts, the higher of a chance you'll hang on with 1 HP left. But there's something else that can appear. If you have high guts, then you'll also have a higher chance of having a smash attack. Smash attacks. They are very powerful versus of like a regular attack. So if you come across them, so if you have like really high guts, then smash attacks will appear more often. This is what makes the Rowdy Mouse so difficult to fight. We need to heal. Okay, good. I almost died from a Black Antoid. That would have been really embarrassing too. I died from an Antoid after defeating a Rowdy Mouse with no problem. Anyway, Rowdy Mouse. 36 HP, 0 power points, 7 offense, 20 defense, 5 speed, 225 guts, 34 experience, $9 when you defeat it. Has a 4 in a 128% chance of dropping a bread roll. 100% vulnerable to fire, 100% freeze, 50% flash, 50% paralysis, 50% brainshock, 10% hypnosis. And attacks. Due to their high gut stat, they can use smash attacks very often. It is very devastating, which is why I highly recommend having maximum HP when you fight them and to avoid fighting multiples of them at a time. And biting attack, low level damage, unless it says low level damage, but because of their high gut stat, then it's going to be like dealing like a lot of damage. So they can be very deadly if you're careless. I think there's something in here. Offense went up by 2, defense went up by 1, speed went up by 1, guts went up by 1, luck went up by 1, maximum HP went up by 2. Next one is the power of PSI Rocket Alpha. Alright, PSI Rockin' Alpha. This is the first of our PSI offensive attacks. We have a PSI Lifeup, which can restore HP. If I can pull up my notes real quick. Alright, PSI Alpha. Let's look at PSI's attacks real quick. Status, PSI info. Okay, PSI Rockin' Alpha. We get this at level 8, which deals 40 to 120 damage to all enemies. PSI Lifeup Alpha. We get this at level 2. Recovers 75 to 125 HP to only one person. PSI Hypnosis Alpha. We get this at level 4. It puts one enemy to sleep. What this means is that they won't be able to attack or anything like that. So it's a pretty useful attack. Now, each of the PSI attacks deal with different amounts of they take up different amounts of power points. In EarthBound Beginnings, all your PSI attacks use only 3 PSI points, but in this game, they all have different stats for how much PSI it takes up to. Oh my god, these are a lot of enemies. They each have like a different. They each take up different PSI, is what I'm trying to say. Now, again, I'm going to cut out this battle because there's really no point in slowing it off, so see you guys in a second. Alright, let's continue onward. Yay! It was Attack Slug, and because we're so overpowered, we defeated them without even having to go into the battle. Yeah! We're manly people! And manly people use magic butterflies! Now, I made a mistake in the previous video saying that magic butterflies can restore HP. That is not the case at all. They can only restore power points. So I apologize about that. There was a caption on screen in the previous video. But I just want to say I was wrong. They do not restore power. They do not restore HP. They only restore power points. But power points can be very useful because, like I said, you need them for your PSI attacks, and PSI attacks are pretty much required in this game. I wonder if anybody has ever actually beaten this game without using a single PSI move. I doubt it, because you're going to need to heal, and it'd be kind of a pain in the butt to constantly have to use healing items, because I'll get more into this later, but the inventory system in this game is not that great, so yeah. Anyway, we won! We get 37 experience at the end. We left a present. Inside the present, there is a cookie. I guess I should explain what this item right here does. As the skip sandwich, it will make you go faster. It makes your running speed a lot quicker in this game. You might be wondering, well, how's that useful? Because the running speed in this game is pretty decent. The reason why the skip sandwich is useful is because it gives you a better chance of escaping an enemy. Like, if you don't want to fight enemies, then you can use a skip sandwich and just run quickly and get away from them. So if you want to do that, you can. I kind of wish there was something like in EarthBound Beginnings, because in EarthBound Beginnings there's a run button, but there's nothing like that in this game. There are a few items like the skip sandwich, like I was saying a second ago. And there's also like a bicycle, but that's very one of the most useless items in the game. We'll be getting more into that in the next episode. But anyway, what we're going to be doing next is that we're going to be facing our first boss fight. So without further ado, let's go. You finally got here. This is the first of your sanctuary location, but it's mine now. Take it from me, if you dare. Anyway, this is the Titanic Ant, the first boss fight of EarthBound, not including Starman Jr., because, let's be honest, that was more of a tutorial. Well, technically this is a third boss fight, because we had, like, Frank and the Frankenstein monster, whatever that thing was called. But anyway, this is the Titanic Ant. What we're doing right off the bat is use PSI Rockin'. The Black Antoid is capable of using PSI Seals. However, PSI Rockin' is very useful for the beginning of the battle because 2 Black Antoids will always spawn next to him. The PSI Rockin' move can take it out quickly, but this takes up 10 power points, so you can only really use it twice. And you want to be careful with using this thing. Let's use Lifeup. All right, Lifeup at this level where we have like very little HP. PSI Lifeup will always completely restore HP, so it's a pretty good item to use. Just make sure you have enough power points to use PSI Rockin' a few times, because that will greatly help with this battle. But anyway, we defeated it! Yes! We defeated it! Yay! We got 759 experience. Nessus level is now 9. Offense went up by 1. Vitality went up by 1. IQ went up by 1. Maximum HP went up by 13. Maximum power points went up by 5. Nessus level is now 10. Offense went up by 2. Gust went up by 1. Maximum HP went up by 2. Maximum power points went up by 1. Nessus raised the power of healing Alpha. Now before I go in there, I didn't get a chance to explain the stats for the Titanic Ant, so I'll do that right now. HP 235, 102 power points, 19 offense, 23 defense, 6 speed, 9 guts, 685 experience when you defeat him. Drops $150 when you defeat him. You don't get any items for defeating this thing. That's kind of the running trend with most of the boss fights in this game. Weakness is 50% fire, 50% freeze, 10% flash, 50% paralysis, 10% brainshock, 50% hypnosis. Attacks, biting attack, either high or low level damage, it's kind of random. Defense down alpha decreases your defense, meaning that their attacks will do more damage to you. Sealed alpha protects itself from taking damage. Not that useful with the PSI rockin'. PSI Magnet Alpha drains 2 to 8 power points from you. This could be pretty devastating later in the game. It's not that bad right now, but just keep that in mind. But anyway, the new healing item that we got, if I can pull up my notes real quick, PSI Healing Alpha. We get this at level 10. We can use this to heal colds, sunstrokes, and sleeping. I'll be getting more into that later in the game. After we defeat the Sanctuary, even if we are very underleveled, all the enemies in the Sanctuary will run away from us. So, any items that you did not get earlier in the Sanctuary, now's the perfect time to go get them. Because, look at this, the Rowdy Mouse is running away from us. I am honestly surprised that the Rowdy Mouse barely got a chance to attack us. Because when you're facing a Rowdy Mouse, because of their high guts, they deal a lot of smashing attacks, but the only attack it ever had a chance to do failed. It missed completely. It was so awesome. And we used a smash attack against them. It's such a beautiful sight. I am so happy with the way this turned out. If you did find a bomb from an attack slug, because they do drop them on very rare circumstances, that's very useful to use against a Titanic ant. I'm not entirely, I don't remember off the top of my head how much damage it does. I'm pretty sure it's in my notes somewhere. In fact, you know what, I'm gonna look it up right now and see if it is in my notes. Yeah, it does, but all it says is attack multiple enemies at once. So I guess you could also use that to take out the Titanic ants at the beginning of the battle. Hey you, the board says do not enter. Couldn't you read it? No. What a rebellious kid. Come to the police station later. And with that, we're getting this video off here. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video of EarthBound. Next episode, we're going to finish off one end and move on to the next town. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video of EarthBound. And until next time, need a gear to you. Oh yeah.